Carolina with alwaysexpectmore.com, and today we're working on our Cricut Maker Block of the Week, the sequel. We've got block 4 up today, and that is the Friendship Star. You ready? Let's get started. The Friendship Star is a 9-patch. If you followed along with the Cricut Maker Block of the Week, the original series, you'll notice that it's 3 across and 3 down, just like a 9-patch is. The difference is that 4 of these blocks are cut in half on the angle. These are called half square triangle blocks. So first we're going to make all 4 of our half square triangle blocks. When we're done with that, then we can stitch our rows together, and then we can stitch our rows to each other, and that's how we're going to complete our block. So let's start by making these half square triangle units. We're going to put the fabric right side together, and we can go ahead and chain stitch these. I'm using neutral thread and a 1/4 inch foot on my sewing machine. Chain piecing is where we stitch one right after the other without breaking the thread. There are a couple stitches between each, and then we add on the next one. And you keep going, and that helps to save thread and to save time, and it can actually help with the piecing being more smooth, because sometimes with those first couple of stitches you'll find that the fabric actually gets kind of sucked into the machine a little bit, and by having more behind it, it keeps it feeding through rather than getting sucked up into the machine. Now we can cut them apart. And clip off any extra threads. And we can press all of our half square triangle units. When we press these pieces, we're going to press the seam allowance towards the dark side. And you'll see this one goes right there. Now you notice we have these triangles sticking off on the edge. These are called dog ears, and we're going to just clip these off. If you don't have to clip them off, I suppose, it wouldn't ruin your quilt, but it adds extra bulk in the back, which can get lumpy and get in the way. So it's always a good idea to just cut off these dog ears. It's very easy to get one of these pieces turned around. If you see that this line is going all the way through, you know you've done it wrong. This one should go this direction, this direction, this direction, and that direction. Now we have a friendship star. This almost looks like a friendship star, but it'll be messed up when it's complete. So let's make sure that we have them the right way. So now we can chain piece our rows. I'm going to stitch these 2 together, these 2 together, and then these 2 together, and keep going by adding the 3rd piece onto the end of each. Now I'm going to clip the top piece off, line it up to make sure I'm grabbing the right piece, grab this piece and go. If you find chain piecing confusing at all, You don't have to chain piece. I find it faster, but if it confuses you, it's absolutely not faster and it's not worth it. So now we lay it all out again. And if you look, it goes this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction. So I have everything laid out correctly. And now I need to press my seams. To press my seams, I'm going to press these seams out, the outside seams in, and these out again. So let's do that. I'm going to tuck this out of my way, pressing it towards the unstitched square on both sides. And then the unstitched square is the center here. So I'm going to stitch, or I'm going to press towards this unstitched square. Now you don't have to worry about having mixed this piece up because it's the exact same upside down and right side up, so that doesn't matter. And then with this, again, I'm going to press towards the unstitched square. There we go. I have all of these three pressed, and I just need to stitch this to this and that to that. And because I've pressed my seams out here and in here, I'll be able to nest these seams. Nesting is where I take the two layers and put them right sides together, and you'll see that I have seam allowances going in different directions. Those create kind of a little lump, and I can with my fingers feel where those two butt right up against one another, and they nest together, and that's going to make so that our points match perfectly. So I can take this to the machine and sew this seam. With your fingers, just keep track of that nested seam. And you want to nest the next seam as well. We can look. How do those points look? Pretty perfect. Okay. Now I can just attach this seam onto the middle, just like I did with the top. Now we have to press these seams. You could, if you really wanted, try to go in and spin all the seams, but I find in general it's not worth it here. Just go ahead and press out. And press out again on the other side as well. There we have it. Block 4 of our Cricut Maker Block of the Week, the sequel, is done. come on back next week and I'll show you block 5. And that's how easy it is to make the Friendship Star block. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any of the blocks in our Cricut Maker Block of the Week, the sequel. I'll see you next week with another fun quilt block.